Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Brenda Onyango Kitui. I am a counseling psychologist and a hospitality lecturer. I'm excited to be here today to share with you another interesting video. But before I do that, I just want to say thank you for subscribing to this channel. Thank you for watching the videos and thank you for sharing the videos. It goes a long way in raising awareness about mental health issues when you share these videos on your social media platforms. I also have an announcement today. I started an Instagram live series with my good friend Maggie, and we'll be having an Instagram live session every Friday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. So find me at Onyango Brenda and Maggie at A_Ochieng. So save the date, save the time. Every Friday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. will be on Instagram Live. This week's topic is depression. So join us as we discuss, as we answer your questions on the topic of depression. On to the video. So today I'm talking about cannabis, or popularly known as weed. Weed has other names, and some of these names are Dom, Kubwa, Vela, Ganja, Marijuana, Mary Jane, MJ, Bangi, Holy Herb, Pot, and the list goes on and on. If there's a name that you know and I've left out here, please comment down below. So, why do people take weed? People take weed for recreational purposes, to have fun, to enjoy, to let loose. Yeah, people take weed because it alters your state of being, and so it allows you to have a little fun. So people take weed for recreation. People also take weed for medical reasons when you get a prescription from a doctor. Now, in some countries, it is legal for a doctor to give you a prescription that is weed. But here in Kenya, it is not yet legal, so that applies to other countries. People also take weed for self-medication to relieve emotional pain or stress. So those are the three reasons why people take weed: for recreation, for medical reasons, and for self-medication. Taking weed for recreation or without a doctor's prescription can be dangerous. And why? Because number one, it may affect your mental health. And how does taking weed affect your mental health? Taking weed can trigger underlying conditions to surface, meaning if you have genetic predisposition for mental illness, when you take weed, the symptoms of that mental illness will come to the surface, you will experience the symptoms, and you will end up being diagnosed with mental illness. Taking weed can also worsen existing mental health issues. If you have anxiety, it might actually raise your levels of anxiety and you will end up feeling worse. Taking weed can also cause mental health conditions. When you take weed, you can experience hallucinations, delusions, paranoia, heightened anxiety, and sometimes even develop clinical depression. If you don't understand these terms, hallucination, delusions, paranoia, and anxiety, go to the video that I did on the symptoms of mental illness and you will see my explanation on these terms. If you also don't understand the term genetic predisposition, go to the video that I did on the causes of mental illness. There is more explanation there. So taking weed is not good for your mental health. As you've seen, it can actually lead to complications. Reason number 2. It may lead to distorted thoughts. That is a loss of sense of time. It can lower your inhibitions and even heighten your senses. You've heard people say that when they took weed, they felt like time stood still. Yeah, those are the short-term effects of taking weed. In the long term, the loss of sense of time is seen in a person who's been taking weed for a very long time, and now you realize that this person is not concerned about making decisions to help them cross the next milestone in their life. They seem not to be concerned about the things they need to do according to the stage of life that they are in, because they've taken weed for a long time and it has had the long-term effects of a loss of sense of time. Lowering your inhibitions. This is the same thing you experience when you take alcohol, and it gives you courage to do things that you are usually afraid to do. And for alcohol, we call it liquid courage. For weed, I guess we're going to have to call it herbal courage, because it has given you that courage to do the things which you're usually afraid to do, to stand in front of people, to talk to certain people, because your inhibitions have been barred by the weed. Then heightened senses. You might have heard somebody say when they took weed, they felt that everything looked so nice, the colors were brighter. That is the effect of taking weed. Reason number 3, it may lead to addiction. That is physiological addiction and psychological addiction. Physiological addiction you will experience when you try to quit and you can't. When you try to quit, you experience withdrawal symptoms. If you don't understand withdrawal symptoms, go to the video I did on alcoholism and you'll understand more. So withdrawal symptoms you'll experience in terms of body aches, fever, you're feeling sick, you're feeling restless. Some people might even sweat, yeah, because your body is addicted to the weed, and when you try to quit, the body reacts like that. Psychological addiction is in terms of feeling like you can't do things that you're supposed to do without the weed. It has become like a friend. It has become something that you need all the time so that you can do the things that you need to do. So that is psychological addiction. Reason number 4, taking weed for recreational purposes could affect your brain. Short-term effects include problems with focus, problems with memory, problems with learning. Those are the short-term effects of taking weed for recreational purposes. For the long term, it could permanently change your brain physiology. It could actually change the structure of your brain. And this happens when you take weed as an adolescent, because as an adolescent, your brain is still developing. And when you introduce weed to your brain and it is still developing, it could lead to permanent physiological changes. Reason number 5, taking weed may increase your heart rate. Research has shown that taking weed can increase your heart rate from between 20% all the way to 50%. And when your heart rate is increased, it is dangerous. It could actually lead to cardiac arrest. Reason number 6, taking weed for recreational purposes may be fatal when mixed with other drugs. For example, if you mix weed with alcohol, the weed will lower the effect alcohol has on your body. So you will continue to take more. And when you take more, you might end up with alcohol poisoning. And we know alcohol poisoning is dangerous. You can even die. So those are the 6 reasons why taking weed for recreational purposes is dangerous. If you have any other reason, please feel free to leave it as a comment down below. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching to the end. Make sure you share the video with the people you know, and not just young people. Nowadays, even the older people are taking weed. So please share the video with them so that they can be enlightened, so that in case they experience some of these things I've talked about, they can seek help at the right time. Thank you once again for watching. See you on Friday on Instagram Live, and see you in the next video.
Mental is human.